Hello guys, NautoAce here, and this is going to be a real talk. Basically, I want to give my thoughts, and yes, I am jumping the bandwagon for this, and that is IGN versus Boomstick Gaming, basically about plagiarism. So, this been happening, I think, Monday, and I'll give the gist of it. IGN, one of the people at IGN, or not anymore, and I'll explain that later, did a review of a game called Dead Cell, and it's a good game, so high praise in the game. And then what happened was a YouTuber who basically, a regular of IGN, he goes to IGN website, noticed that the video review was similar to his video review. That's basically what people are saying, and I can agree with that. And he showed it in his video. And when I looked at it, in my personal opinion, yeah, that looks almost the same. Like, yeah, you got certain words changed, but yeah, the delivery, the keywords, yeah, they were the same. So, yeah, in my opinion, yes, it is plagiarism. And yes, I am jumping the bandwagon here, and the reason is there's somebody who basically took classes on the media arts, creativity, to kind of like making my video. That's art, your own version of whatever. Even vlog to some extent, that's an art. And so the same goes with reviews. But the bottom line is, plagiarism is a very zero tolerance. Like I said, if you're a person who basically learn and you work with or an environment of creativity, yes, plagiarism is a zero tolerance. And of course, in the business world, that's a zero tolerance there. So, of course, a lot of people in YouTube, even news talked about it. The Verge, Forbes, Kotaku, you name it. Boom, they talked about it. Even Newsweek. Famous YouTubers or popular YouTubers even gave their thoughts about it. The No, Spawnwave, RTGS, Dreamcast guy, Yong. I wouldn't be surprised if Review Tech USA probably give his thoughts about it. But the bottom line is, like, everybody's talking about this. And that's what, I mean, you might say to me, oh man, you're jumping the bandwagon. Well, yeah, I admit it. But the thing also is I want to give my own take of plagiarism. Because again, somebody who basically took classes and understand about creativity, it's something that irks. And I want to explain why plagiarism is bad there. So I'm not going to give my thoughts about the situation. The bottom line is plagiarism is wrong. It's a zero tolerance. No matter what, it's just wrong. Don't do it. And of course, I'll explain what happened to the person who did it. So a bit of backstory about the guy who did it. His name is Filip Miucin. And yes, I kind of heard about the guy when he was doing the Nintendo voice chat. Nice guy. I didn't know he was a YouTuber until someone said it on the video. So I'm like, okay. And then the other thing that's surprising apparently is that this guy is actually a very good friend of the Spawncast crew. Let's just say that. And if you don't know, they're sort of popular on YouTube. I mean, they're not like IGN top, but they really contributed on their content on video games. And during Saturday, they do a Spawncast. That's right, Spawnwave, RTGS, 85. I think that's I said right. Oops. Dreamcast guy, plagiarizing, those people. And they're a good friend of this person. And to some extent, that I saw, there's apparently an episode of Spawncast. The guy was there. Philip was actually there. So I can understand from perspective of those people, they're really very disappointed because I saw RTGS's video, I saw Dreamcast guy's video, and apparently Spawnway said he's gonna do his video on the next day about it. They're kind of very disappointed because they got respect for this guy and they see something like this. And for them as a fellow, like they do reviews, that's basically damaging and the integrity is not there. Basically saying, oh, so as long as I do my own review, but I just need to borrow someone's material. And it's, again, it's not right. So there's a little bit about backstory about that guy, yes. So like I said, what do you think about it? Just wrong in every way. And yeah, well, IGN took action, but I'll explain that later. Well, I'm going to explain now. I don't know what I'm doing. I do apologize. But anyway, like I said, what happened really was I was looking in news about it, and apparently, yeah, I mean, as of, I think, at 4 p.m., Pacific time. Yeah, IGN made a statement, and yeah, Filip Miucin, I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Yes, he was fired. The nice way they said was they part ways, and IGN basically even apologized to the developers of Dead Cell, to the community, and especially to Boomstick Gaming. They apologize. I mean, Boomstick was even nice, basically. And I don't want this guy to be fired, but I just want to say that this is not right. But to Boomstick, you gotta have to understand. I know you being a nice guy, you're taking the high road, and that's good. But you gotta understand it in the perspective of business. Is plagiarism is a big offense. It's a zero tolerance. It's very, very big to a point that there's a lot of ramification what happened, a chain of reaction of why that is bad. So that is what I'm going to transition there to this video. So I'm not going to talk about what happened there because again, I don't know him that personally. He was okay in IGN, like the voice chat and his contribution, but fortunately, he was caught plagiarizing, and apparently this is not his first time. He did this, I guess, apparently before, but I don't know what happened. But it is what it is. The result is he was fired, and the bigger effect on him now is good luck finding a editorial job because chances are you got branded. Now when they see you, they'll say, "Oh, it's the guy who plagiarized." So again, he could probably make it up and trying to prove himself that he could do it, but it'll be a while. It got damaged. It's basically damaging in what he did, and it is unfortunate. Nice guy, but again, plagiarism. It's a zero tolerance there. Okay, so from there, I'm gonna explain why is it plagiarism is bad. Okay, it's because basically you're taking someone's work and credit yourself. First of all, consideration of the other person, just like in case with Boomstick Gaming. He worked so hard on that video, and it's also trying to make money out because Patreon, maybe he has a YouTube partner. But the point is, that's his view. So you're taking, to some extent, you are sort of taking away his money, his livelihood, and going to IGN. That's the problem there. And second, it could plagiarize something so bad that if it gets away with it, it could do it to someone else. Could do it to someone else, and then what's going to happen? Oh, because Boomstick is a small guy, he probably IGN might say, "Oh, well, you know what? How do you prove it? Blah blah blah, whatever." I mean, it kind of sucks. So that's a big problem because IGN is big versus Boomstick. It's just some guy who likes video game, just doing an honest review, and then Filip decided to plagiarize because whatever the reason is. So, could IGN get away with it to some extent? Possibly, but because of the social media, because of the internet, because of the supporter, yeah, he had a fighting chance because I said it's wrong. That's just blatantly wrong. You just don't do it. Don't plagiarize. So in a bigger perspective of why that's wrong, the chain reaction to the business. Now people will think, oh, I didn't know IGN plagiarized on reviews. That sucks. So my gosh, the integrity just damaging there. Second is now, why didn't you see this? How could even this been passed if it was plagiarized? And that's the problem. Because, first of all, it's unfortunate for Filip that he should have known better. Morality, you shouldn't be even doing it in the first place. But he think, oh, well, I'm desperate. I need something or I get fired. I'll take a risk. And it failed. Plagiarize. Again. And another one is the business side. Now, because IGN now might say, oh my God, they plagiarize, the developer for that, so they might say, oh, we have a new game. Whoa, let's not bring it to IGN because they're just probably going to plagiarize someone's review. I don't like that. And then other video game company or anything might say, oh, we just heard that IGN plagiarized stuff. They might not trust IGN anymore. The people who listen to IGN not going to trust them because you hired someone who's known for plagiarize things. Again, it's an unfortunate, nice guy, but you plagiarize. I know I keep saying that word, but it's a very important thing that you have to be careful. So, again, it's damaging, especially now and I'm going to assume that IGN is a public company. You got stockholders, you got investors. What do they say? Oh, IGN is having a bad rep. Why would you invest on a company that suddenly have bad reputation? Because, oh, again, I have to say the word, plagiarize stuff. Again, how do you fix that? So the course of action here is, surprisingly, is you got to fire the guy. A lot of people say, oh, he shouldn't be fired, or they should something else, reprimand him, reprimand him, something like that, sorry. But maybe a slap, well, it's not really a slap or wrist, but let's just call it a corporate punishment. Let's say that. I don't know what the right word is to apologize for that. But, like I said, a corporate punishment could be that he keeps his job, but either he gets suspended for 1 or 2 months, he takes away his privileges, such as he can't review games, he can't be in the NVC voice chat, and if there is something he needs to go to Tokyo for the Tokyo Game Show or Germany for Gamescom, he can't do it. He's only grounded in the office. Or even more punishment is the guy's going to be a quote-unquote a gopher, or let's just say a secretary, a manservant, let's just say. Again, corporate punishment there. Basically what it means there when I said gopher, manservant, man-made, maid man, servant, butler, whatever that type of thing. But the bottom line is they're going to give him a position of you're there to assist others on anything. So if, say, someone asks you to get them lunch, you're going to do it. That's the thing. Or you get fired. That's the corporate punishment, is to teach you a lesson that you don't do plagiarism. You don't do bad things that can ruin the company's image. We're going to teach you a lesson. So remove his privileges, suspended, maybe without pay. And like I said, the very low tier job, you're going to be assisting others. Either they'll say, proofread this. I mean, it's one of the sucky things. That's what it is. But at least he has his job. He still gets paid. But of course, when any common company will do, if you plagiarize, termination. No question asked. You are going to be terminated. And I had a feeling that was going to happen. I think a lot of people do. I know Boomstick Gaming don't want him to be terminated, but mostly if the image is really very damaging, they really have no choice but to fire the person. Is to get rid of that problem ASAP. It is what it is there, and it sucks. And like I said, that's what happened to Filip. He was fired, and I'm going to be interesting to see what this other fellow, especially YouTubers who are good friends of Filip, giving their thoughts about it, because it's, again, you did the most stupidest thing in the job. Plagiarism is it's a zero tolerance. It's very offensive. Everybody knows that. So, again, to Filip, I hope you learn your lesson again to not plagiarize someone's work. If you're going to ever do it, why don't you talk to that person and say, hey, can I use your material? Or there's more than meets the eye. Hopefully there is more than meets the eye in this thing. Just saying, because he looks like a nice guy, but again, doesn't matter if you plagiarize. And now in IGN, it's going to be interesting if they going to address it. And I hope they are going to address it, whether on a video, on the Nintendo Voice Chat podcast, or in their website. Hopefully that they do basically address this, because you can't just ignore this or downplay this. Oh yeah, well, we'll fire them, let's move on. No. You have to explain what happened and how this even happened in the first place. So that's really suck about what Filip did. Plagiarism is wrong. So, and then of course to Boomstick Gaming, what you did there was the right thing to do. Yes, in his title said, I don't know what to do. You did the right thing, and that is what you need to do. That was a good thing. Remember, we're in the age of the internet, the social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. State your case there, and he did it, and it was very well developed. He compared the two, and the evidence was there. That's what it is. The evidence was there. You can try to talk to IGN about it, but a lot of times they're probably, too busy. Who are you? Nobody cares. But say, well, can I file a lawsuit on them? A little bit tricky there, a little bit extreme, but a little tricky. Here's the problem. Boomstick Gaming, basically, he was doing this as a hobby. They're going to say, did you copyright what you did? Did you trademark what you did? And if you're not, then they can use that in an argument. I know I'm getting very technical, but sometimes if you go that direction, they can basically say that. Yeah, I mean, even so it's copyright, you shouldn't really copy someone, you still don't plagiarize. It doesn't matter whether the thing is copyright or not, you shouldn't really plagiarize or use someone else's work. It's just, it's douchey, but they might go to that route and say, well, you didn't trademark it, you didn't copyright it, so that's way douchey there. But to anyone, don't do that. So, yeah, that was a good decision. And basically, you know, send it to, like I said, The Verge, Newsweek to some extent. Say, hey, look, apparently, say, you know, like a scoop, hey, IGN's doing this, you know. And again, basically expose the situation, share it, raise awareness, and you did the right thing. That's why even a lot of news website basically talked about it. Kotaku talked about it to a point that IGN, they said, yeah, IGN did respond by removing the video, firing the guy, and making a final statement. Said, yeah, we done goof, we bad, my bad, we bad. You get the idea there. Yeah, excuse me about it. So, what do you do about this situation? Like, say if we want to use someone's material, first of all, don't if it's going to be the same. But yes, you might say, oh, it's fair use. It's fair use. No. And a lot of people don't really understand what fair use is. To some extent, it is a gray area. A lot of people know, I mean, that's what I meant. Excuse me, I'm mixing up my words here. But fair use basically means, and I'm going to quote Helsing, great guy. Anyway, Helsing basically said 3 major things about fair use. When you're using some material, as long as you're using it in 3 ways. Parody, commentary, and criticism. Basically, if the material you use is way different than its original, that's fair use. And also, as long as you don't make money. Monetizing is not really making money because you're not paying someone. You're just forced to watch some ads. But, you know, that's different a bit to some extent. So, that's the thing. You gotta be fair use. Second, if you really, really think I want to use it, but it might sound sort of the same as the other person, ask permission. And at the same time, credit that person. Like, watch that video, credit that person. Most people will do it. I do it too sometimes. I credit people. Heck, even some definition I use. A great example is the Smash Bros. Ultimate, the term brand new port. I gave credit to Miles923 and the Yo video game. That's why if you kind of notice in some of my videos for my vlog, I mention YouTuber's name. Yeah, I mean, to some extent it might sound like, oh man, I'm a fan or I want to be their best friend. No, but at the same time, to keep it safe, to be fair game, I'm telling the source also that they're the one that made the word. Like, I heard that particular word, like a brand new port from Maximilian Dude, Miles923. So I'm going to give him credit for that. I even use artwork for my main channel, the Mega Game Showcase, and I get credit in the link to that particular person. Music, same thing. Videos, same thing. That's the thing. Like, especially in the past, now I got rid of it, the backlog battle. Most of them are fair use because it's a different direction to what the original is. A parody podcast, the Backlog Battle podcast preview. It's a preview, and they put a link to their website because at a time, Alex is not a fan of YouTube. You get the idea there, and then response. That is called commentary. Response. So I used to always notice, I use a video to reference what I'm responding to. And again, a video response is under commentary. It could be criticism also, because basically commentary is you giving information about a certain video or clip or material. Criticism is you kind of reviewing a particular video or a particular game, but at the same time, it's like your own version. So you don't use word by word like what Filip did. So again, fair use there because you're changing it to its original. Another one example that I did was the April's Fool joke 2018, which I used Maximilian, Yo Games video, Angry Joe's video, and of course a little bit of changes there because it's the relationship is Yakuza. And again, but not only that, in the end, I gave a link to where the videos is, and then I even did a aftermath video basically explaining what that April's Fool, gave the link. Again, point is to be transparent, to say where'd you get this video. There you go. And I want to give props to what RTG85 basically said. He even said it, like, he basically said that he gave people permission. I think that's how he said it. But, well, yeah, he gives people permission. They said that if you're going to use this video as, like, the video itself, he's cool with that. But if you use someone's actual whole idea, that's wrong. And basically, if, like, you're doing what RTG85 is doing, that's plagiarism. But if you're basically just using his video, again, fair use and making a difference, then that's okay. I know some people might not like it. I know I have to call out Max for this, Maximilian Dude. I know in Twitter, he basically said that if you want to use my video, part of it also, you have to give him permission. Fair use, Max, as long as it's different. But apparently, maybe there was more than me saying from what I heard. I guess people are using his video and trying to make money out of it. I don't know. I can't make money on my videos. I have less subscribers. Ugh. Yeah, so, yeah, I know this is really long, but like I said, it is really a big deal about here. And they're trying to explain everything, though, what happens when you plagiarize, why is it a big deal, and why is it a zero tolerance, and why it's also in colleges you get expelled for it. There you go. That's the reason. So, in conclusion, yeah, so just moral of the story, don't plagiarize. If you can't do what you can do your work, whatever the reason is, do the best you can, but don't copy someone's work. Normally I would end it with my motto, but for this one I'm just gonna say yeah, well, yeah. Alright, thanks.